Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Looks like we've already got a few folks hanging out over here in the chat. Let me go see who we got over here this morning. Let's see. We have Big D in the house. 61 now, 80 later in gorgeous Brooklyn, Michigan. Thumbs up day. Thank you. Big D, appreciate it. We already got a few thumbs up going over there, so that's looking good. Wilson Rubottom's in the house this morning. How you doing, Wilson? Good to see you. Paul Stewart says good morning, everyone. I appreciate y'all. Troy Pritchard's here this morning. Happy Tuesday to you, Troy. Larry Galt. How you doing, Larry? Looks like you had a good, relaxing weekend. I saw your pictures on Facebook, and it looked good. So, good morning to you. Keith Stanford's here this morning. Says, good morning, Gatton peeps. Yeah, I suppose that's what y'all are. Earl Walker's in the house. 57 going to 80. Thumbs up. Thank you, Earl. Appreciate it. Let's see. Steve Gronsky's here. Looks like a terrific Tuesday, he says. I would have to agree. 70 headed to 90 today. Thank you for the thumbs up, Steve. I appreciate it. Steven Toronto's here. Good morning to you all. Get a thumbs up or down before you leave. Up is preferred. yeah, up is the preferred one, but it's all the same. Doesn't make any difference. See, Wild Bill Larison's here. How you doing, Bill? Hope everything's well in Plainfield, Indiana this morning. Mr. Hitch Hamilton says Chamber of Commerce weather today in sunny and dry Southwest Florida. Great day to be outside. All right, I'll agree with that for sure. Gary Hammett Wood Creations. Good morning, sir. How are you? Bill Hoffman says, good morning, Dave and everyone. That's what the reason I'm looking funny, Bill, is I remembered I got a friend request from somebody named Bill Hoffman, and it was on Facebook, but they didn't have a picture. And I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure when Bill posts a comment, he always has a picture. So I think we've got an impersonator going on there. Kevin Ells is in the house. Still got the construction going on, but keeping his streak alive. Good morning, sir. My old buddy Doug says, morning, feeling old, applied for Medicare today. I know, Doug. I just turned 64 last month, and I've been getting bombarded with emails and junk mail all about, signing up for that stuff. I guess you're supposed to start early, but come on. Not really ready to think about all that just yet. Let's see, we got Dave from Portal Woodworks. How you doing, David? Good to see you here. And whoops, I missed it. There's Jim Sinicola. And there's Janet. How you doing, Janet? Good to see you here. Christina's here. Good sunny morning. So nice to have some women folk join the coffee sessions. Not just a bunch of old guys hanging around. I like that. All right, let's see. Bill says, best wishes to all from Mount Trashmore, just outside of Danville, Indiana. I don't understand what that means, but maybe you'll. Okay. Bill said his Facebook got all messed up yesterday. Okay. Well, I'll have to check to see if we're still friends. The one that's got this picture here. I'm always leery. I've kind of, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to post again on Facebook. And I don't like doing it because you almost sound like a jerk when you do it. But I have my own little Facebook rules, and I've just had to change the way I do things because there's too many people out there just trying to get in your business. But anybody that sends me a friend request now, if it's not somebody that I have known personally, met personally, or something like that, I don't accept them anymore. Not that I don't want to be friends with them. They're probably a great person and all that, but it's just, I get too many of them. And then it's somebody that's just wanting to, get an in, and I'm not doing it. So if I don't know you personally, and of course I do know you, Bill, I won't accept them. And the other thing is, this is what I don't like having to post, but I have to post it every so often. I keep getting people, even though I've asked, I keep getting people I know, friends and that kind of thing, sending me videos and pictures and memes and all this stuff to Facebook Messenger. And I can tell you for a fact, those die with me. I don't even look at them. In fact, when somebody sends me one of those, I just do the right click, or if I'm on my phone, I forget how you do it. But I just delete the conversation, and then another day or two later, they'll send me another one. But I don't look at that stuff. If you want to put something on your timeline and then tag me so that I see it, great, I'll see it. But don't send me junk in Facebook Messenger. I don't even look at that stuff. I just delete it. So, and for God's sakes, don't send me one of those chain letter type things, because it for sure will die with me. I just don't. That's not what I use Facebook for. So, okay, Bill was saying, let's see. Janet says, now, Bill, those are called the hills of Danville. Okay, I guess he's talking about the dump out there. Getting pretty high, huh? The dump, yeah. Okay. It says Boomer benefits for Medicare. They are great. Check their YouTube channel. Is that the name of the YouTube channel? It's Boomer Benefits for Medicare. Check it out, Doug. Let me know what you think. Larry says, wait until you start getting mail for funeral prep. I've already started getting that too. All you have to do is go visit a website one time, and man, everybody tracks everybody these days. Key says it does not stop. 66 on Medicare will be retired 1st of next year. About a third of mail is ads for Medicare supplements. Yeah, I know. It's that's why it's really unusual when my mailman comes and he drives on by my mailbox. I always think there's something wrong, because there's hardly a day goes by that I don't get something, at least some kind of junk. So anyhow, Tom says, I've never signed up for Facebook and don't plan to. Hey, you're not missing much. If it wasn't for, my little small business, you got to be out there. I would love to just wipe it out and stay away from it. But once you're in, you got to stay in, or your business will dry up if you're not out there making people see you. So it's sad. By the way, I got a fun little thing I'm going to show y'all here in a little bit too. When we get through going through the comments here. There's George Rothfuss. Hello, George. Good morning, sir. Hope you are doing well. Key says, and you wonder why health insurance costs so much. Yeah, I'd like to have the money that some of these places spend on junk mail. So, the ones sent to me, and the cable companies, because I'm all the time getting stuff from cable companies, and I'm not going to get it, but it's like 2 or 3 times a week I get something for some special deal they have just for me. Tom says, I found Dave Gatton without Facebook, just saying. Yeah. Well, I've got the whole, Facebook groups for the Gatton CNC, stuff like that on there. So I'm kind of stuck. But I can just leave it turned off and ignore it, for the most part. Paul says, people applying for the PPP if you have a small business? $1,000 free money from the government. I don't know. When all that stuff hit, I had somebody tell me, said, yeah, you probably need to go ahead and sign up because you never know what may happen. And I didn't know, I thought my business might dry up to nothing. But anyway, so I signed up and I thought, yeah, I probably won't even hear from them. But I got a thing the other day, and it's been a while because I did it, way back when all that COVID stuff first started. And I got a email from them the other day, and it said that if I go, I forget what it was, I had to verify something or whatever. And I went over there, and they had a pretty good chunk of change. It was over 20,000, but it wasn't free money. It was basically a loan. And now if they just said, well, you can have this, and if you spend it on equipment or business or whatever, it'll be a grant, I would have been tempted. But the thing was 75% of it had to be for to keep people employed and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I don't really need the money because it's just me, and my business really hasn't suffered. Because all my stuff's online, and everybody else is sending me their stimulus checks. So, yeah, so I don't need it. I'm not pursuing that any further because I don't need a loan. So, yeah, Tom says, kept all my people working. It has helped. Yeah, and that's what it's for. See, I don't have any people. It's just me, and my security team, which is what my the thing I'm going to show you is about too. Strings always attached to government assistance. You got it, Hitch. That's why I knew it was. And like I said, I don't need it. I don't need it anyway. So it would have been tempting, but nah, I don't need it. Let's see. Thought I saw something up here. Doug says, so many represent themselves as Medicare official, but are secondary insurance hounds. Yeah, that's the sad thing about it. You can't tell who's the good guys from the bad guys. So I'm waiting for all you guys like you, Doug, and I got some other friends that are just a little bit older than me. I'll let y'all get all the kinks worked out, and then I'll ask what you did. And if you didn't get screwed, then I'll go with what you did. Wild Bill Harrison says, if it wasn't for the coffee sessions, I would walk away from Facebook. Okay, maybe not, but I thought it was a nice thing to say. It was a nice thing to say, Bill, but that's not true because you can always watch the coffee sessions on YouTube. So that's, but I appreciate the thought anyway. Let's see. Yeah, right, for fraud. Yep. Says I have all those tech support people. Yeah, I got the best tech support staff in the world, and they all work for free just because they're nice folks. Janet says, as long as you can afford Nutty Buddies and chocolate pie, you're making it. You got that right, Janet. I got some Nutty Buddies in the fridge right now. And some Swiss, what is it? Little Debbie's Swiss rolls. I got a few of them last time too. I know I shouldn't, but I do. I haven't had a pie in a while though. I was getting one of them pretty much every time I bought groceries there for a while, and I thought, I probably ought to slack off on that. But anyhow, I think we're about caught up with the comments here. Let's see here. I'm telling you what, that's some good coffee this morning. Dave says, yeah, all you old folks, take care of the details. When I am no longer allowed to be on my wife's insurance, I will join. Yeah. I'm just hoping I can hold out till then. The thing I'm shooting for is the 66 in 4 months. That's what I'm shooting for. If I can live to get that old, I'd be happy, or at least a little longer, so I can draw some of it. But anyhow, let me tell you what. I had a little excitement here yesterday. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. I didn't have any excitement. Doug says, me too, 66 and a half. I would think yours would be less than mine. Mine's 66 in 4 months. Anyway, I had a little excitement at the house. And speaking of, junk mail and Facebook and all that stuff, I know you guys probably aren't that much different than me. I'm so sick of, you go to read something on Facebook and it's just so full of ads. It's like you get to read like 1 or 2 lines and then you scroll past 14 ads or maybe have to hit next page or something. And I usually just give up trying to read a little article that they put in there because they just bombard you with ads. Same thing with YouTube now. One thing that's gotten real annoying to me with YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube, and most of what I watch is on my TV because I have that. It's the app on that came with my TV. But I've noticed now, and I don't know whether it's the YouTube content creators that are doing it and not paying attention or what, but it's like now there's a Medicare ad that runs all the time at the beginning of videos. And it's like when it comes on, the volume is like 3 times louder than the volume of the dadgum video. And every time I have to, grab the remote and turn the volume down and then wait until it gets to the point where I can skip the ad. And then when I skip it and the video comes on, then I have to turn it back up because you can't hear the person talking or whatever so I don't know what it is, but that's gotten real annoying lately. It's like the ads, they're gonna make sure you look at them because they got the volume way high on all those things. So that's annoying. So what I'm getting at is it's bad enough that on TV and YouTube and in your mailbox, you just get bombarded with junk mail and ads and stuff like that. So with all of that, I sure don't want nobody coming to my house soliciting some kind of crap that I don't want, and I didn't ask you to come try to sell me. Well, yesterday, and I'm laughing because I know what I'm going to be showing here in a minute. Yesterday, I had a door-to-door salesman, which is very rare. It's very rare, but every once in a while you'll get one. But he learned a lesson when he came here yesterday. And I got a little video clip that I got. it was so funny to me that I thought, after it happened, I thought, I got to go check my video footage on the security camera, because I bet you that's funny, seeing that guy come up here. And I was right. So I put together a little video clip, so probably less than a couple minutes. I'm going to show you here. But just to preface it a little bit and tell you, set it up. I keep, Jack loves to lay by the front door and look out. And when I had the main front door open, well, I guess it's wood, but the metal one or whatever open, I have just a storm door, and it's just all from floor to ceiling. It's all glass, so it's just wide open. Always lets a lot of light in. I like it because it's lights up the hallway, and it makes the house brighter. I like it bright in here. So I always leave that open all day long. But I keep it locked, but I have it open, and Jack loves to lay down right there and look out that big glass door. And Rocky, even if he's laying on the sofa is right in line with that. So he can see out that door too. So we had and I was sitting in my recliner trying to watch a YouTube video, when all of a sudden Jack and Rocky, you'd have thought World War III was going on out there in the front yard. So I got up and I went around the corner, and I saw this guy, and he was at the door. But I want to run this clip. Let me get it set up here, and you guys may not think it's funny. I thought it was freaking hilarious, just because that's what you get, bud, for running around here like that. But anyway, here we go. This is here he comes in the cul-de-sac. He's going to pull up there. And this is a young guy, a little hipster type guy. And he gets, and some of this I've got speeded up a little bit because he sat in that car for a long time. Now he gets out of his car, and he's getting his little iPad or whatever thing. And now he's going to my neighbor's house, Norma, down there. You can see him walking down her drive. And she's just as bad as me. She has a sign right out front that says no soliciting. Of course, he walked right past it to go knock on her door. Now here he comes to my house. Now I want you to notice, switch cameras here in a minute. Now notice he's all confident, like, I'm going to sell this guy something. Now watch when he gets to the door in the dog scene. This is where it's really funny, right about here. Notice he's ringing the doorbell, but he's got his hand on the door. He is scared to death that them dogs are going to come through that door. And of course, now he's finally stopped letting go of the door, because by now I'm at the door saying, what do you want? But I wish you could have seen it. I wish I'd have had a camera view. I should have turned my phone on and filmed him as I came around the corner and saw him, because his eyes were as big as saucers, and he was so afraid that Jack's just, there's no sound of this video, but Jack was just ready to tear him a new one. And of course, there he goes. Now you'll watch, he looks back at the dogs right there, and then he's walking away, and he takes another look back at the dogs, right? He's wanting to make sure they're not coming through that door. And now this is the funny part. He gets in the back of his little thing, and there he goes riding off on one of those little, what do you call those things? I don't know, the hipster hoverboard things or whatever. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I thought it was hilarious that because like I said, when I came around the corner to walk towards the door, all I saw was this guy with eyes as big as saucers with his hand on that door, like, please don't let that dog out on me. And it was hilarious. And I wished I'd have been thinking a little quicker, because he kind of, I never expect somebody to come up to the door like that. Segway, yeah, yeah, that's what those things are called. And he was out there for an hour, because it was about an hour and almost an hour and a half later when he came back. So that car sat out there the whole time, and that annoys my dogs. They know that nobody's supposed to be out there. That's their cul-de-sac, and so they don't like it when somebody's parked out there. But yeah, I just thought that was so funny. But if I'd have been thinking quicker, I wished I had been. I would have asked him how many seconds he thought it would take him to get to the mailbox out there. And then when he looked at me and say, "Well, I don't know," I would have said, "Well," pointed at Jack and go, "Well, he can get there in 3 seconds." You think you can beat that? But no, I didn't even open the door. I just said, "What do you want?" And then he started talking. I think he was some kind of pest control salesman or something, because he said something about ants, I think. And I just said, "Nah, go on." And you couldn't see it in the video, but on my porch light, which is kind of a mess right now because there's a little bird that built a nest on my porch light, and I didn't notice it until he was almost done. So I just left it, and I'll wait until the babies get out, and then I'll remove it. But hanging over that porch light, I have a little wooden sign that I engraved, and it says right on it that absolutely no soliciting. And yet, of course, I'm sure he probably didn't even notice the sign because he was too busy doing that, trying to hold that door shut. But I'm like, yeah, that was funny. I hope you enjoyed it. That was funny to me. And that's what's the neat thing about having security cameras. When something funny like that happens, you can get the footage and edit it and all that. But so that was that was my little fun time for yesterday. And he's the first time one has come around in a while. I think he's been here before. If it wasn't him, it may have been a different thing. But I've seen those guys with their little two-wheel things, But the bad thing is they'll come down here at the end of my street at this cul-de-sac and park, and then go because this is when you pull in the subdivision, there's like one main road, and then there's a bunch of streets that all go to the right, but they're all cul-de-sacs. So since I'm the first street, they like to come down here and park and then ride their little things. But I just happened to be standing in here looking out the window when he come whizzing back about an hour and a half later. I'm surprised because, I don't know how far he went, but those things must have a heck of a battery on them. But yeah, let's see. I'm missing comments here. Let's see. Troy says, "I see that you got rid of your bird." Oh, the one that kept bugging the. Yeah, I don't know what his deal was, but I guess he finally figured. I think he was just seeing a reflection or something in there, but he must have finally figured out that he just keeps banging his head into the windshield. Tom says, "What was he selling? He didn't look the sales like." I don't know. Like I said, because I didn't even open the door. I wasn't even going to bother to open the door and try to hold Jack back. And Rocky, because Rocky had, once Jack gets going, Rocky gets up, and so it was both of them at the door. That's why he had that look of fear on his face when I come around the corner. But I think he was selling. He had a little iPad type thing, and I just said, "What do you want?" And he goes, "Well, I've been talking to your neighbors," and he said something about ants or something, and I'm like, "Nah, get out of here." And I hate to say it, but I'm not nice to those people. I have this thing about people just out of the blue showing up on your doorstep. If I don't invite you here or call you to come give me a quote on something, you don't have any business coming on my property. And, maybe that's just the grumpy old man, get off my lawn type thing, but that's who I am. That's who I am. I just won't be left alone. You go do your little thing, sell all your crap to everybody else, but don't come bother me with it. I do not want to hear it. But let's see. Wow, door-to-door salespeople have been out in force past as of late in my area. Solar and security system sales. I always wonder about security sales peeps in areas with second homes. Yeah. Yeah. I tell you, when a while back, I know my timer went off. I got to get busy here. But a while back, AT&T supposedly ran fiber out here. And man, they just bugged the heck out of me. And I had to get downright rude with the gal. I said, look, I don't want it. You've done been here 3 times, and I done told you I don't want it. Go on, leave me alone, or I'm going to call and report you that you're harassing me. Now, I don't want the stuff. Go on. I should only have to tell you one time. But it was like every day she'd come and she'd park down here. And then what was funny is my neighbor, poor old Norma, we're not used to having people park there in that cul-de-sac. It's not a parking lot. She wasn't here visiting anybody. She's here selling stuff. She parked and go walk all around the neighborhood. Well, Norma's used to backing out her driveway and just swinging her truck around. Nobody's ever there. She hit her car. So I don't know how all that turned out. Yeah, Johnny, what you do, get you a couple of big old dogs and get you a front door that's all glass. And then make sure you have a video camera set up, because you'll get, or a security camera or something, because you'll get some good video out of that. Doug's disappointed I didn't open the door. Yeah. Well, I've had other people, and I like to mess with them, because Jack is, I need to try to get Jack. He's always laying down back here where you can't see. He's a big son of a gun. And when he's barking, I mean, he's a good old boy. But when he's barking, he gives, you would kind of second guess whether he's going to get you or not. But I always tell people when they, on a rare occasion, I have somebody walk up and they'll go, do they bite? And I always say, not unless I tell them to. And they'll always look like, oh, okay. But anyway, I got to get going, folks. It's time to, Ray finally got back on here. Well, where you been, Ray? Dadgummit. Good morning to you, buddy. Good to see you. I got to get to work. I got, going to try to shoot some video today. That's something I'm going to try to do. Oh, Jim's asking me about the cement, man. Yeah, I got a quote from, I've had 2 more guys. I had that one guy come, and then I was going to have them do it, and then they kept putting me off. I've been doing this like a month and a half now, trying to get somebody to come do it. And I finally called my buddy Jim, my good old buddy Jim, and I said, hey, I know you've had a lot of concrete work done. Who do you use? He says, oh, I got a great guy. He's a little high, but he's good. So I called him, and he picked up the phone in just a couple of rings, and he says, I'm getting ready. It was Friday. He goes, I'm getting ready to go to the lake. I'm off today. He goes, but I'll come by. He says, you're not far from me. I'll come by in just a few minutes. He came. He stood out here and talked a while, told me what all he's going to do. Talked a little bit about price and stuff. And he said, well, I'll have the wife send you a quote. Probably won't get it till after the weekend. I got it yesterday, and I called him back and I said, yep, come on and do it whenever you can. So hopefully sometime within the next 3 weeks, they will be fixing my driveway and my front walk too, because all of us jacked up. It's all busted up and got where the water flows towards the house now instead of away. So anyway, all right, I got to get out of here. Everybody have an awesome Tuesday. I'm going to have, you guys need to start, I know most of you do, but you don't want to miss any days, because you need to tune in, because I'm going to have some cool stuff going on here before long. And you won't want to miss it. So anyway, everybody have an awesome Tuesday. Stay safe, and we will see y'all on Hump Day.